Okay, so I'm actually not really sure how to start today's video, but I feel like it's something that's super important, and I've heard it from you guys so much. Maybe you notice I look a little different, and I'm not talking about the beard, more from a weight perspective, a cleanse perspective. Some of you guys say my energy seems different, and as you guys know, I went to a Tony Robbins Life Mastery program, and during that we did a cleanse. Yes, I did a cleanse about 3 weeks ago. And I just wanted to go into it here for any of you guys who are interested. But it's probably the biggest life change that I've had on a physical level in my entire life. And I know a lot of you all are new around here. And for the new people around here, you need to understand that I was a pro athlete for 12 years. So I was really fit. I've always been fit. And just the past year, I haven't been playing and doing all that. So I wasn't as fit as I normally am. But I know that when I start training, everything is just like this. But the thing about the cleanse is I've never felt this way in my life. And I wanted to go through what I did, what I took, and at the same time, how I felt, because you're going to realize that it wasn't so pretty in the beginning. So I started Life Mastery. It was on the 25th of January. It's around the 12th of February now. And I haven't been on a cleanse since then. I've just looked at everything different. So basically what we learned about in Life Mastery is all about the toxins in our bodies. That this is the problem, we're just toxic. So our body doesn't really have time to clean itself out or to really absorb the nutrients like it should and it can. And one of the things you'll realize in what I realized was that the body never forgets how to heal itself. So once you can put your body in a great environment to heal itself and do what it's supposed to do naturally, this is when the big change occurred. So during this day, it was a 5-day cleanse we went on. I went on a juice cleanse every morning. Started with lemon water. So every single morning, and even now, I still do this, and I've done it probably at least 5 days a week, starting with lemon water. Well, first of all, water. You need water when you first get up. Then the next thing is lemon water. And after the lemon water, we had a celery drink. Some kind of celery juice, pure celery juice, no water, no sugar, nothing added to it. And that really just like cleanses and gets everything going. Because we learned about the toxins in our body, and we wake up in the morning and just put bread into us or coffee or anything like that, then you're like hijacking your body's natural response. Your body's tired for a reason. It needs water. You have to drink water for 7 or 8 hours. So during this whole program, it was amazing because we were doing this as we were learning about the body. And so for me, I mean, you guys can probably see a difference. I mean, I know half my beard shape, but you could probably see a difference. I felt a difference on day 3. But what I want to talk about is during this cleansing process, you're basically just getting the toxins out. And as I said in the beginning, you have to stop the poisoning first. You have to stop everything else when you're cleansing. You can't be cleansing and still putting the poisons in your body and all this other stuff. You need the true cleanse, and that's what the juice did. So, like I say, it was water. Then I had lemon water. Then it was sort of celery juice, followed by a green drink, some kind of spinach. I had them made for me specifically. And the next one was followed by some kind of like, I can't remember the exact name of what it was, but it was some kind of like a fruit or something like this in the drink. Because I kept it very simple. Then something with turmeric in it. I usually had some kind of turmeric drink with it, followed by like a beet drink, which was really good with some fruit. And the whole time I was drinking coconut water. And I basically repeated that process for like 5 days. And the more important thing is the feeling that I felt. Anyone who was in Project Alpha, if any of you are in Project Alpha, then you know I was not okay. I told you guys I wasn't okay in Project Alpha. So all of you guys who are going to get Project Alpha, the replay will be available for you all to get, who were in the original live program. Probably about a week it'll be out. But you'll see in the last videos I'm saying, I just started the cleanse, and during day 1 I felt okay. Day 1 I was like, okay, this is cool. I'm a little bit hungry, but I got this. But it was on day 2, or almost the night of day 1, when I started to feel it. I started to not feel good. I started to sweat profusely in the night. I had to get up and go to the bathroom like 10 times, no joke. I know it's disgusting, but it's important to realize this, because your body's just flushing out all these fluids and all these toxins, and the sweat, you're sweating out all the toxins as well. And I just had a restless sleep. I was just moving and everything because it's the lactic acid. And on day 2, I just felt drained. I felt drained of energy. I felt like I'd played in a bunch of basketball games and I've been running around, and all of a sudden, I just was just like, man, I don't know. If you guys know Tony Robbins events, they're very like, yeah, let's go. You're jumping up and down. It's very fun. It's very energetic. And I was gone. And the thing is, during this event, there was 5,000 people there. We were all on Zoom. So everyone was on this, feeling the same. So many people were. And on day 2 was when I really felt probably the lowest of the low. Totally drained of energy, still hadn't eaten, still was doing the juice cleanse, and I really wanted to quit at this moment. Because what you realize is your bodies are so full of toxins that you're finally being able to get rid of it. Your body never forgets how to heal itself. So your body is getting rid of all of these toxins during this time period. So for 5 days, this is what happened. And on day 2 was probably the lowest of the low. I felt drained of energy. I got these pounding headaches. So you guys know I love coffee. And you guys know, some of you guys buy me a coffee all the time. It's linked in the description. If you can click the link and you can see what people get. And I love the coffee. Now it's going to be buying me a smoothie. So I'm using the coffee I'm switching now for smoothie. But what happens is when you drink coffee, your blood vessels constrict really small. And so you get a little bit of brain. You don't get as much, blood. So you don't get as much blood to your brain. But during this cleanse, you stop all the poisoning during it. So no coffee, no tea, none of that. And when I did that, basically your blood vessels that transport the blood to your brain, they expand. So when I was standing up, I was having these excruciating headaches. My head was going crazy, and I felt like I needed a coffee. And this is not me pushing my beliefs on you. This is me just sharing with you guys something that I've learned. And I'll share the results at the end of this video. I should have said that in the beginning. But I was getting these pounding headaches when I'd stand up, when I'd sit down, when I'd jump up and down with Tony, everyone's jumping, yeah, da 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 da. We're all clapping and everything, and I get these pounding headaches and to sit down. Then around day 3, and during the whole time you're hydrating, so water, I was really hydrating with coconut water. You guys know I love coconut water. I swear by coconut water. For example, people don't realize, this is really off topic, but I love going off topic. I was having coconut in this little hut, and this German guy sat down next to me. He's like, "This saved your people," and I was like, "Excuse me?" He's like, "This saved your people." And he was having a coconut. I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "During a lot of the wars, when you guys were here, you Americans," he's like, "you guys were in the jungles with malaria and fever and not feeling good." He's like, "They drank coconuts. That's what saved them. They put the meat of the coconut on their wounds. They did blood transfusions with coconuts." He talked about it. I was like, "Wow." He's like, "So you could be thankful for coconuts." And I was like, "Okay, cool, man. Thanks." Dankeschön. And when he said that, I was just like, okay, that's interesting. So I started having a lot of coconut water, and it replaced the minerals. So a lot of times when you're doing this cleanse, this is get guidance before you do it, but I wanted to share what I did. And this is more of a reference for me in case I ever forget. I will watch this video again. I had a lot of coconut water. I was probably having about 4 coconuts a day, maybe sometimes even more, because I was feeling like I just needed the fluid. And because your body's detoxifying, I was sweating for no reason. And then I think it was like towards the end of day 2 as well, I started to feel emotional, like really emotional. Like I felt more in touch with myself. And during this time period, you're not doing anything else. You're on a pure cleanse. You're not adding any sugar. You're not adding any salt. You're not adding anything, any oils, nothing. Just the cleanse with just the fruit, nothing mixed with it. And then on day 3, I started to feel a little bit better. I started to come out of it and be like, whoa, I feel like a little bit better. Stopped sweating as much. I didn't even have a fever. It just was like just profuse sweating for no reason. I'm with the AC on in my room and I feel hot and I get chills and sweating. And by day 3, I was like, whoa, okay, I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Head's still hurting. And day 4 is when I was just like, whoa, like crazy. Like I started to feel more alive, more coherent. My head still hurt a little bit, not as much though, like on day 2 from stopping the coffee. And then, long story short, on day 4 is when I started adding salads to it. So I started adding salads, and I got a big salad, and you're really craving it. And your body, your palate's, everything resets. So what you looking at those Pringles, they don't look the same anymore because you've just got out all those toxins, and now your body can heal itself so much better and so much more effective. And then what happened on day 5 is I was having salads even more and finishing the juice cleanse and having some avocado, introducing the oils and fats back into my body. And that happened for like 5 days. And the crazy results of those 5 days is, first of all, I didn't have a coffee. I haven't had a coffee since then. That was back in 25 of January or something. I haven't had a coffee since, or a craving for it since then. But one thing that I did realize is that as I was coming out of the cleanse, I was like, whoa, I feel much better. And I was like, wow, my pants don't fit the same. I mean, my shorts don't fit the same. And during that cleanse, I lost 14 pounds. I say 13, but it was about 14 pounds. and I was drinking a lot of water at the same time. Now, a lot of other stuff happened. I'm going to run a program here after a couple more weeks of implementing a lot of these changes I've done with a lot of things that I'm doing. And at the same time, the craziest thing was during all this cleansing, I didn't go to the gym one time. There was not a single time that I went to the gym. I literally was taking this program from 11 o'clock at night till 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I was in bed the rest of the time. Because what you realize during that true cleanse is that your body's cleansing and it needs every ounce of energy to get all the toxins out. And that's what happened with me. All the energy, you guys know I'm a super energetic person. And what I didn't realize though is that this is how we're supposed to feel. We're supposed to feel energetic. We're supposed to feel like wake up in the morning, have some water, and you're good to go. And I wasn't like that before. I needed my coffee. I needed that Starbucks grounded up coffee. I love the Bali coffee. No offense to Bali coffee. I still have it. Or before I had it during the day. But I love every now and then a nice Starbucks large coffee. And that's what I love to have. But I realized that when I did that and I stopped it, it wasn't like so many things in life what you're going to realize. And if you've been through a lot, then you probably realized it already. Even if you don't realize you've realized it, is that you don't realize how bad something is until you feel what it feels like to stop. And you go through this period of it's been a long time, I haven't done this, and when I stopped it was so hard, and I didn't realize the damage I was doing to my body. If you're a smoker and you stop smoking or whatever that is, you realize that. And it was that coffee that made me like, whoa. Now this is my beliefs. This is my hallucination on how I see life now and everything. So you guys don't have to take this advice, but I feel like I'm obligated to share it because I care about you guys. And what I realized as well is that I started to feel things more. I started to feel what I actually want, if that makes sense to you. We did a lot of things with the sway test. We did so many different things I love to explain, and I'm going to take some health things that I've learned on my own way before I took this, and what I've taken here, and what I've been practicing since then, and I'm putting it into a program. I don't know what I'm going to call it. Maybe Project Health or Alpha Health or something. This will be available in the future. Once it's available, it'll be linked here. But during that process, it just made me realize I became more in tune with myself. I felt like more emotions and felt other people's emotions, it felt like, because it was almost like I had like a clean vessel. You know, when I had all those toxins in my body, it made me realize that, you know, it's hard to really feel through that. Like, you're hungry, but are you really hungry or you're just thirsty? Like, what are you actually craving? Do you think your body's really craving those Pringles? I say Pringles because I love Pringles. Is your body really craving an ice cream? And this is one of the biggest realizations I had. Because as we were doing, as I said, we were learning about the toxins in the body, the toxins that are in the colon. And when we're toxic, we can't absorb the nutrients that we need. So even if you go on a diet or you do any of these short-term things, you maybe get some kind of results, but you don't get the true results of the nutrients because your body can't take it all in because it's still trying to process all the toxins. You know, one of the biggest, there was a picture that they showed. There's a lot of doctors that came in and talked. And one of the pictures that stood out to me, it was a cartoon picture, and it showed a sink filling up with water, and water was spilling all on the floor. And there was about 8 or 9 people in there, and they were just cleaning up the water on the floor. And it showed us how if you don't stop the water from the sink from coming out, you're going to be cleaning up that floor all day. And the second you take a day off from cleaning the floor, it's going to just amplify. And then you have other problems. So going on the cleanse for that 5 days was what started the process of a huge realization, so to speak. And you know, I had a lot of people ask me about it. I've people who I know personally, I've talked to. If you guys have talked to me in one-on-ones, and I've probably mentioned it before, but it's been huge. Just those 5 days to make you really realize and really come to realize that the health is so important, the energy, the vitality, to be able to create. You guys who want to create, if you don't have the energy to create, it's not the same thing. You know, so since I've done this, I tried to share with you guys during the event the emotions I was feeling, but I still couldn't even put it into words until kind of right now. And as I explained it to my friends earlier this morning, Ella and Nat, if you're watching, what's up? And I was just like, I need to just tell you guys this. I was going to put in a podcast. I was like, I'll make a video explaining it. And that was my experience. And since then, I don't know necessarily what it's down, but I know during that time period that I literally felt different and saw the difference. And people tell me they saw the difference. And throughout being a pro, as one thing to understand, as a pro athlete, we're monitored really heavily. But we're never monitored for, you know, what our intestines look like or what our gut health is like. No, that doesn't matter. What matters is your outside health. Are you the right weight? We were weighed every Monday at 10 a.m. We're weighed. And if you're the same weight, great. If you've lost too much, they ask questions. If you've gained too much, it's like you're going to be running. So it's like I always kind of maintained something, but I wasn't maintaining it in the best way. And since now, I haven't felt like I have now in a very long time. I don't even remember the last time. I don't know if ever. And it's about the toxins, and it's about getting it out. And like I say, this is just the very beginning of everything. I'm going to talk about it more in depth. I talk about it in lives. If you haven't been in live sessions, make sure you jump in the live sessions on Instagram, and some podcasts. I'm gonna start talking about it a little more as well, things that I'm learning along the way. And at the same time, I just share this. I feel obligated to share this with you guys because I care about you guys, and something that's helped me. Anytime something helps me, and I understand it just a tad bit enough that I can put it into words for you guys, I feel like that's what I need to do. It's one of my biggest needs is to contribute. So when I learn something, it's like, I gotta share this. That's like the first thing that comes to mind. How can I share this with them? So I hope this helped you guys out. Any questions you guys have, leave a comment below. I'll probably do a Q&A about this. I was thinking of doing a live, but I feel like it's much easier doing it here just like this, kind of very simply and chill, and maybe leave your questions, and I'll write the questions down and maybe do a Q&A on it tomorrow, or the next day, or whenever I post another video, and try to answer some of your questions. I know so many of you guys are starting to realize your health and realize the importance of it, and the vitality is everything. Because, you know, I heard one of the people who mentors who I look up to very highly in my top 3 is Jesse Itzler. And he said an amazing thing, and it made me realize it when I was here in this villa, and I just was like, wow, I'm in my dream home right now. And he said, you know, imagine you're a billionaire, and you're on your private island, and you've got all the models in the world around, shooting photography there. You've got all the best cooks there who want to come cook for you so they can have your approval and take pictures and all that kind of stuff. Imagine you have a pool, all your friends, all your families around you. And imagine the weather's perfect all the time. Your yacht is waiting for you to sail on it this afternoon. And as you're laying there on the beach, your throat's hurting a little bit. Your throat, sore throat, hurting. And when you cough, like some kind of fluid comes out of you. You don't know what it is. He's like, how much does all that stuff around you matter? The house, the money, even the family all around you, because you're scared now you're not going to be with them. And he's like, he's someone who puts health first. And when he said that, it made me realize that, because all the great things you guys are doing and want to do, and I read all of you guys' comments all the time talking about all the stuff that you want to do and traveling and all these amazing things that I get to read from you guys do every single day. Without the health, without the energy, without the vitality, it makes it a little bit harder. When you struggle to walk up the stairs, it makes it a little bit harder to say yes to those adventures and those trips and those travel plans. And more importantly, the most important thing I learned throughout all this is once you learn this stuff, you can help other people as well. Not only by being an example, but someone says, you know, I don't know, I've been getting these headaches lately. It's like, well, have you stopped coffee? What's been going on? And you'll be able to help them. And another thing I forgot to share real quick was my lymph nodes were swollen like crazy during the entire detox. Because your lymph nodes, your lymphatic system is what is the waste system of your body. So you have them right here, you have them under your arms, and you have them in between your thighs. And I was so sore, like it was really swollen here because it was all just leaving. Toxins were built up and just needing to flush out. So we learned a lot of things, and like I say, I could go on and on. It was a 5-day program, 12 hours a day for 5 days. So that's what, 48 hours, or no, that's 60 hours of content that I'm not even summarizing, but just taking away some big points that I learned on myself. And yeah, any questions you guys have, leave in the comments below. I hope this helped one of you guys out there who's maybe been inside for a long time, who hasn't got out the house a lot, and really trying to take your health seriously now, especially in the world we're living in now. And I hope that this truly helps you guys out. Thank you so much. Leave your questions, comments, all that stuff below, and I'll speak to you guys all later. And in the meantime, everyone always remember to work hard, be brave, and don't forget to smile. Ciao.